spread awareness on TikTok. Since they come up content creators, we have that we will be asked even by the during Yom Qiyamah. You have the platform, you have the opportunity to spread awareness. So we have to take it to our mandate. We summon because we are learning people.
My people, it's your boy Jazz again, and I have my boy here,
Imran Hassan.
the one and the only celeb in Garissa, you know. So I think we have some good discussions to talk
Yeah,
about.
we're gonna have a very valid and vivid discussion today. It's more of a conversation that is very crucial. That's supposed to be had everywhere and in every corner of this county of ours.
Yeah.
And I am very passionate about youth participation, about youth inclusion at the decision-making table, not just as participants, but as active contributors of the policies that are being formulated. So for me, as Amran, let me get it started off. I've attended so many workshops and so many events and so many public participation forums, and I am yet to see something that has been proposed by young people being put into policies and being put into actions. As young people, we are basically tired. We're basically tired, Jazz.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So I have seen a lot of young people come out in numbers, but they get dispersed because they don't have a clear vision on what exactly they want. And I really feel like for us to bring up the momentum of youth inclusion in Garissa County, we need to be structured and organized as young people. Which is why I am championing for unity among young people in Garissa. We have been distributed in terms of clanism, in terms of nepotism, in terms of biasness, where you are raised to hate other communities, other clans at such a young age. I think that even you that was done to you, right?
Yes.
You are being shown that this other clan is our enemy, this other clan is our friend. We need to work with this clan. At such a young age, so when you're growing up thinking that things, biasness, such as clanism, clan rivalry, and FGM are nice things. For example, something like FGM, which is a very harmful practice, which is a very controversial topic. These are things which are thought of and thought about to be good things because we're raised on it until we grow up and discover that all of these things are nothing.
Yeah, Ems, I think that's a very good point. Talking about the youth majorly, and then your place here being divided by tribalism and stuff. In a region where our people value tribalism even more than religion. So people might say I'm a Muslim, I'm something, but you'll always hear people talking about their tribe and stuff. So coming to the youth, I know we have so many youth networks, but Ems, my point comes here. I'm very disappointed with the youth too. We have to letter everything out.
Yes.
We have to say everything that is bad out.
Give the Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
Kabisa. The thing is that, yes, we have youth networks, but we have people who call themselves youth leaders, who go there, backstab us, because how many workshops have you ever been to?
Many.
More than even 200 right now.
Very many.
Right?
Yes.
How many youth are there?
Many.
More than every workshop you'll see more than 20 or 30 youth.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
And then people will go there, call themselves youth leaders, call themselves deputy youth leader. I don't know who elected them. You see?
Yeah.
And then they go to big offices, call themselves youth leaders, nini.
Yeah.
And then the only thing that they do is come to workshops, take their investment fees, then go.
Yes.
You will see other youth in other towns around the other region, maybe the down Kenyan places. You'll see them participating in a peaceful demonstration, going to talk about their rights and stuff. But the thing is that our youth, Garissa wamefanya this thing like a job.
Yes.
Someone is taking advantage of being called a youth leader,
Yes.
who is not elected by anyone,
Yes.
doesn't belong to any youth network.
Yes.
The only thing that he has is the name. And someone anaenda kwa ofisi anasema, I am a youth leader. Hana any background information about the youth leader and stuff. So they go there, wanapeana issues that they are not even there, or they say they want to help the youth leaders, they get deals, gigs and stuff, but inakuwa personal benefit. You see? So wameifanya like something that they only want to benefit themselves. So our youth back there, when I always go to the meetings, I always tell them, when we are here, we are 20, right? We are representing more than 600,000 youth of Garissa.
Yes.
Majorly Garissa, even the northern part of Kenya. At least other youth in other parts of Garissa, they are kind of active. So people that just come there, talk about their things, and then go. has become like a business stuff. You
Yeah.
just go sit there and being paid by
Being
just
paid,
saving.
unangoja
Yeah.
reimbursement.
At least the likes of you, the likes of Kausar, at least the content creators do something about it. You do talk about it, you spread awareness and stuff. But the others, you just come there. I think the organization should be
Selective
yes,
about the people who they bring
because
as youth.
the other day we were in the ORTP meeting.
Yeah.
And then they were telling us that more than we always engage youth on our discussions panel. We always say our youth are being left behind, they don't being talked to. But kuna watu that always call to those panels wanasema wao ni youth champions and stuff, youth leaders, and then wanatoa pesa. And then they say we're gonna get the message. And your message hawaifika.
Yeah.
You see?
True.
So that's one of the things that
disappoints
yeah.
you. So Mimi, I really second you on that one, on a few things that you said. The fact that there are youth leaders who are coming out, youth leaders youth leaders who claim that they are representing youth and they're not. And I think like the government is the one which is actually doing this so that it shows that youth are being involved.
You think they're getting paid?
Yes, they're being used. I have seen so many forums. I don't want to mention names of organizations and anything, but I have seen so many youth networks who are either sons, grandsons, uncles, not uncles, nephews, brothers-in-law, cousins, of politicians claiming that they are running as the leaders of youth. We know very well that these people have political ambitions, and the reason that they're doing this is so that they can show that they have traction of youth behind them. Do not be fooled. Nobody is behind you. Maybe a few people from your school, maybe a few people from your, Bula who will support you, or from your clan. But the reality on the ground is a lot of young people are agitated in Garissa today. Look at, for example, what has happened here at Garissa Primary. They have grabbed land. The county government has grabbed land belonging to the school, and they have built a stadium there. That already shows you. And the governor, by the way, we were at a meeting just the other day for a certain organization. We were talking about sexual reproductive health, and there were county officials sitting there, and I was talking about sexual health and how sexual health is important for young people, and how GBVR is important to be spread. The awareness needs to be spread in schools. I never mentioned about going to schools and talking about sexual health, but the only thing that they pick up from the whole conversation is, do you guys even have the permission to go to schools and do this thing? That already shows in itself how failed the county government has failed young people today. And nikaulizia there and then to those county officials. I asked them. Thankfully there were some people who came from the youth office. I asked them, is there any one public rehabilitation center? There isn't. People in Garissa County, the average person in Garissa County is a cattle herder. A cattle herder atatoa wapi 40,000 every month. Na sahi climate change imefanyika. Animals have died. They don't have any source of livelihood. They cannot go and sell. Maybe let's say they think they're gonna sell. Which cattle will they sell? Cattle yote zimekufa either with drought or with floods. What watatoa wapi pesa? Alafu the least rehabilitation center costs 40K per month. Just imagine that. And then they are telling us that the stadium was a priority
for the youth money.
For the youth. That's what the governor said. That's what the county officials were
saying. So they spend the whole youth money to build
a stadium. And funny enough, do you know how much money is allocated for the youth affairs directly? 17 million only. And how much of the population do we take up in Garissa County? In 2024-2025 financial year, it was 17 million that was directly allocated to youth affairs. Now, the budget was around 270 million. And we make up about 60% of the population in Garissa.
We are more than 730,000.
Just imagine. And we are not being prioritized. Our needs are not being prioritized. Nakada has failed us. Kwanza hiyo, that entity that's a cartel. It's actually, I think it's the cartel that's actually bringing drugs to Garissa County today. Kama mmeshindwa kuzuia drugs zisiingie Garissa County, basi build rehabilitation centers. Spread awareness in schools. Leo hii utapata mtoto wa grade 8, grade 6, grade 7 is smoking vape.
Very true. I've seen.
Yes.
I've seen.
Just imagine. Even lower than that, you'll find the rate of children watching pornography is very high.
Very true.
Like you will find a little child already knows, and they're directing each other on which platforms to go and watch these things. And the youth are slowly, because these children will later on grow up to become youth. And that's how our society is getting more rotten and rotten. And then they have the audacity to hide behind religion, to hide behind culture, and tell us that that's not cultural for us to go and spread awareness on GBVR, on what measures the children can take or the young people can take in case they undergo things like rape, things like GBV, other forms of GBV, or they see a peer undergoing FGM. What channels can they use to report? Imagine like our whole, and by the way, all of them are middle-aged men. There's not a single young person there. So that shows you, nyinyi watu ambao mnajiita youth leaders, mnaenda huko, mkienda kukula pesa, you are being used. Because the moment that politician gets the seat, he will forget you. Always, can we please, Jazir, can we please think on how, it is very true, and I agree with you, I'm very disappointed with our youth. Tumekuwa tukitenganishwa on the basis of clanism, on the basis of culture, on the basis of religion. But it's time we become united to kick off these unqualified leaders. You'll always find that when you was there wanna endorse are the ones who always get. Why can't we as the youth rise up and endorse somebody? No, huyo mtu aende apate.
Very true.
Alafu kuna hawa watu wengine, by the way, just they act like they are championing for youth, but ni uongo. They are not champions for youth. They are champions for their own stomach.
Very true.
They want to come there, act like they were championing for young people. We are becoming youth champions. We want youth rights, nini. But behind closed doors, they are on the payroll.
Very true.
So that they can act like, the government. Msidhani sisi ni wajinga. We are learned people. We are Gen Zs. Here today in the world of social media, in the world of the digital era, there is not a single information. Now, first, I want to appeal to those foreign organizations that sponsor the county government. The arrogance that the county government officials showed that day, that you guys can, even stop doing what you are doing here because we have a lot of partners and organizations supporting the county government. If there is no accountability, if there is no responsibility from the county government, I don't think that these organizations are supposed to continue funding these government, institutions.
Very true. Yes. I really agree with you about that, and it's very, very sad hearing that our youth are being used. Our government is failing us to. It's like a two-way. We can't even demand justice as youth because our youth are being used.
Garissa.
Some people who are not even youth in their 40s are calling themselves
youth, and they are the ones heading this.
You can see them in the big meetings, with the big officials and people, and they are being like, oh, I'm a youth advocate, I'm stuff, and it's very sad because our people back there are suffering.
Very
more than 10,000 of people are dying each and every year because lack of food, everything.
Exactly.
Climate change is happening. So many things are happening right now, and it's very, very sad to see those things happening. And I think as a youth of Garissa, even if we don't have our main leader right now, will not be quiet.
Exactly.
Hatutanyamaza. And mimi sasa, I think this story of youth network should end. Because someone will just say, I'm from this youth network and stuff. I'm from this organization and stuff.
Nani alikuelect?
No one elected you. So me, I could have suggested as youth from Garissa, we form our own policy.
Yes.
I don't know even which policy we are taking it to, even if the small bills cannot be passed through.
Even that the gender bill has not even been passed. By the way. It is still at draft. They don't care.
Even if you take the bill to the MCS for them to pass, they are not even present.
Yes, they will actually, even if they decide to go and pass it, it will pass somewhere. They will, that part that you put.
So I think that's sad. And I think, these people calling themselves youth leaders, there's only one way we can remove them.
Yes.
And one way, I think, we should form our own policy.
Yes.
We make even elections. We even involve other youth from Garissa.
Yes.
Because there are so many passionate youth who are very passionate about their homes and stuff.
Exactly.
And I know we cannot remove the issues of tribalism and other stuff from our parents and all the people because it's in their veins. Because I told you another day, I was being called a stupid by a man, an old man, because I was talking about tribalism issues. You see? So it's in their veins. To remove it is very hard.
Very difficult.
So I think as a youth we should come together.
Yes.
And it's very, 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 I'm always sad about it.
Yeah.
And I think if we form our own, we cannot
policy.
Say anything. A policy that we can take even to them, even if they not pass it, we even demonstrate about it.
Yeah. But you know what they do during the CIDP and the ADP, these budgets that are made for the county government. Do you know what they do during public participation?
Okay.
They don't bring in the youth who are going to oppose
I've
them.
seen that.
They
I've
are
seen that.
bringing youth, either mtu anajua, wanaambiana hapo kwa MCAs, hapo wenyewe kwa wenyewe,
I've seen that.
waite watu wao, waite their own people so that they come there, or at least watoke na ka 500,
Yep.
waletwe hapo, wakae, wa act like youth are being involved, like the public is being involved. Unataka kuniambia mama mwenye ako kwa soko, who is at the selling milk at the market, or is selling boga at the market,
How will she get the
how
information?
will she get the information? Sometimes these bills, these policies, these budgets are being made in English. They are not made in hata Kiswahili.
Very hard English then.
Very
Not even-
difficult, complicated language that a mother cannot understand.
Very
It is
true.
not translated. They don't take their time to form videos. By the way, kama tungeona at least mna make videos, nyinyi kama county government, you're making videos to show that we are trying to explain to the people. Translation videos. This is the policy. This is what we are doing. This is what we're doing. At least you will be employing youth. You will be involving youth. You will be even ule mama wamboga. She is using TikTok. Ule mtu wa balambala mbali. Nowadays TikTok is the best channel
Yeah.
to use information. Nobody listens to radio nowadays. Nobody reads the gazette.
Not even listening. People watch radio nowadays through TikTok.
Exactly.
You see?
News.
And there's no way they are putting that information on the likes of TikTok because they know once they put that kind of information there, people will come and they will post it. So they put it on other platforms where majorly the youth don't use it, Wazees and stuff.
Yes.
And then the funny thing is that in that in that reading of that budget,
Yes.
they bring the Wazees and stuff from the communities,
Yeah.
the Dokhayal, and the, the old people who are illiterate.
Exactly.
You see? So when you come read the hard English there without even explaining it,
Yes.
no one will oppose you, of
Nobody.
course.
Yeah.
So even if you oppose it,
No, itaendea wapi?
they don't take
Hakuna
action.
mali itaenda.
So sometimes they blame you. You are not coming to this participation and stuff. And at the end of the day, even if a youth comes there and oppose something, you will not do anything about it.
Nothing. I have yet to see public participation being advertised anywhere. Have you ever seen Wewe?
No.
I have never seen public participation. There's a public participation at this place. Kindly come so that we can, look at the budget, help us improve. Hakuna. Wao wenyewe ndio wanakimbia wanaenda wanajiinvitea. Ukikuja hapo hata kama wewe ni youth mwenye uko na fikira, you come to give your opinions there, they will just act like they're noting it down like any they watakata watarusha kwa dustbin ya gari yao ama wherever. Those
Very
Mercedes Benz, which they bought with the government money, which is our money, our hard-earned money paid
Very
through
true.
taxes.
Yep.
Alafu there was someone there still. Hiyo kitu iliniuma sana. Alikuwa ananiambia ati wewe you are very young. You have a lot yet to learn. The audacity to tell me that, and I am there, I'm a young person. What will I learn? I have seen, I have experienced. Nimekuwa nikiishi in these injustices for such a long time. There's nothing to learn here.
If you will not talk about your people and care about your people, who will?
Yes, who will? And then they will threaten you. Actually, they use other channels to threaten you. They will use your parents. They will use the elders of the community. You might even find after they see this video, they will start looking for your parents, your elders, nini. Waanze kuambia, can you elma hanaga kapta we washen. So now your father will come to you and tell you, my son, I'm going to curse you if you continue doing this. Lakini actually niwaambie na nitawaambia say me the day that I stop talking about youth rights is the day that I die.
It's not even about youth rights. It's about our people's rights.
Exactly.
Because we cannot continue seeing our people
Suffering.
and we are being taken to school,
Imagine.
learned, and then sit there. So what's the faida of being
There's no
educated?
faida. There's no faida. See, that's why people
Us
are
and the little people are the same.
Ndo kwa maana tahrib is rising. People are running away. Immigration. People are being held up in Libya. People are dying daily. We even lost 2 of our friends. Remember?
I do remember.
Because of immigration. Why are they running away? What's making the children of our county run away? Why are they not other regions? Why are their children not? Kwa nini hawaendi tahrib?
Very true.
Exactly. So Mimi, my solution is one, and I don't know about your solution. Mimi, my solution is sisi kama youth, let us be active. Let us be active about the budget because there's a budget. Na hiyo budget inaweza itatufikisha 270 million is a lot of money. Already, yes, we have lost a lot of money since devolution. It's been around 15 years. We have lost that money. Ni sawa, imeenda. lakini can we start rising now? Tukuje pamoja, tuseme no, tuseme tutakuwa bumper to bumper. Mbona public, but tuongee sisi wote, all content creators, we talk about it on TikTok. We say we want mbona public participation haijafanywa na we are not aware. Content creators wako involved, they must, so that they can spread awareness on TikTok. Sisi kama content creators, we have that nini. We will be asked even by the during Yom Qiyamah, you have the platform, you have the opportunity to spread awareness. So we have to take it to our mandate. Kuchukua hiyo bill, tuisome because we are learned people, dissect, so that hadi yule mama mboga mwenye ako anauza maziwa can be able to understand. That is the only time that Garissa can change, because wataquestioniwa, wataulizwa hiyo pesa iko wapi. And I have seen a lot of even wamama wanateseka. We have the position of women rep today. Girls are suffering. Sijawahi honor the women representative, or I don't know, I think you are friends with her or something. I want to ask you personally. I want you to ask her personally.
Okay.
There's a lot of cases on FGM,
Okay.
on GBV against girls.
Okay.
But I have never seen her talking about it or coming out about it.
Okay.
Lakini nimeona case kama ule ya juzi yenye watu wa boda waliua.
Yeah.
She came out and talked about it because the pressure was so much.
Yep.
So mimi chenye naomba, it's not about any political person, any politicians, no, all of them.
Okay.
Can every politician rise up now? Can we see action? Last review, we're going to take action in our own hands. I don't know about you yourself.
Okay. I agree with you 100% in everything you said, and I feel you. About the solution, let me come to the woman rep first.
Yeah.
Because it's not that I work with her, I work for the organization, which is the foundation, right? Since I joined the organization, we've been doing, I cannot say I'm preparing her, or I'm siding with her, but through the organization, I think we've done something. Maybe she's not done something through her office, but maybe as per me, I will say, because if someone does good, even if other people don't see it, I'll just say it. It's not that I'm siding with her. I just say what I saw. About the girl child and stuff, we visited more than 5 schools or 10 schools since I joined, and we were distributing pads and everything. I don't know, I've seen how organizations at least trying to create awareness about FGM and stuff. But I've not been working with the organization for too long. I cannot say for the past 5 years she's been doing this and this and this. But for the past, I think 8 or 9 months I've been working with her. I've seen something. About the solutions. Mimi kwanza nataka historia youth leader iishe Garissa. Kabisa. There's nothing like I'm a youth leader. Kabisa. Youth leader for who?
Who elected you?
Who elected you?
Exactly.
By which means? Unajua when you are trying to cut a tree, you start from the bottom. Exactly. Because if you cut huko juu itamea tena. Unaona? Before tufike story ya public participation. Siku nao wanajitanga youth leader. Wanaendanga hiyo public participation. Before tufike huko. Our youth leaders. That ye qayanin. When we are going there, you just go sit there. Lakini there's something that involves a mama mwenye kuko mashambani.
Exactly.
Ni anafaa kujua. Because it's her right kujua, si ndio? So hawa watu wanaita youth leaders. Sijui nani aliwaelect, sijui who you represent, and know that what you are doing is going to affect your future life. Exactly. Yes, you might be getting some background pesa and stuff, but at the end kitakuramba.
Yeah.
And our youth, I know kusema tu kweli, our youth are very very down. Wako chini tu sana. I cannot even explain it. You can say 50 or 60% of them are into drugs. 20% they are out of the town. Wametahriba or they are because they've lost hope in the town. The rest,
the 10% now
the rest of the 20%, 10% are, at least are doing something about, but wamenyamaza wengine. The other 10, they are taking advantage of the whole population of the youth in Garissa. Because wanajua the other are dominant and they cannot do anything. Unaona? So our youth leaders, please and please, sijui ni youth leader wanani, lakini
sijui nani alikuelect.
Stop doing what you are doing.
Exactly.
Featuring in televisions and telling people I'm a youth leader with no
record.
Umefanya nini? When you're saying you're a youth leader, say I've done this and this and this and this. And who elected you first for you to be a youth leader? Yes, sometimes leadership comes from you. You have to say I'm a youth, but I'm a leader and everything. But you can say I'm representing youth of Garissa and this and this, and I've been doing this to them. but see at you are doing it like a work.
Yeah. Tumechoka na wao kwa sababu wanasema youth ni sawa, lakini kwa nini hufanyi kitu? Because the position you are having, maybe someone else if they had the same position, wangefanya better work. Wangeongelelea youth. Wewe uko hapo, you are silent. You have the opportunity to talk. You are at the decision making table. Kwani wewe uko hapo as a scarecrow? Demand for the rights of young people. Wacha kukua fala.
Kabisa. So remember, and then those youth nye mnaitango hizo meetings. You know, the organizations wamekuja kuspread, wamefanya kazi yao. Wamekuita, you have sitting there. Remember, you guys have gone to more than 1,000 meetings.
Exactly.
You going there and sitting there, you know, you're representing all those youth from your place. So spread that message and everything. And I hope you guys will change. And I know it will not be a short journey, it will be a long journey, stressful one, but we cannot give up on our people.
Exactly.
This Garissa belongs to all of us. This region belongs to all of us.
Ni yetu wote na lazima tufanyie kazi.
So guys, this is the first episode. See you in the rest.
See you next time.